Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. It's my anniversary. Hey, y'all know I love a good song. Go ahead, put it inside the chat. Happy anniversary to me. 5 years in the business. And I'm not going to tell you, my guest told me that a lot of people don't even make it that long. So she's proud of me. I'm proud of me. Hopefully you all are proud of me. Hopefully you've been enjoying the content that I've been providing for you over the years, the investments that you've made, the content that you've received, the help that you've received, the progress that you've made in your life. I'm just so happy to be here. I'm going to give you an opportunity. Okay, somebody is liking it. Okay, drop your name in the chat so I can see who you are. I'm so excited that you're here inside this space. And I want to tell you that today is going to be full. Thank you, Sissy. Oh my God, my sister's in the building. Thank you, LaShawn. Congratulations, Sissy. Happy 5th year anniversary. Yes, I am so excited. I'm happy to be in the game still. But look, you know, I can't start off anything without telling you what it actually takes to make this happen in your life. Like today, we're going to be talking about so many different things. And before I get to my first guest, I just want you to put this in the chat. It takes effort and it takes time. It takes effort and it takes time. And I think if you remember that, it takes effort and it takes time, a lot more people would follow their dreams and go after the things that they want. I want you all to know that I'm proud of you too. And I'm happy that you allow me to pour into your life and that I have an opportunity to assist people with their dreams, their goals, the things that they're passionate about, the things that they love, the things that they're excited to do, the contribution that they want to make to the world. And it's so exciting and also scary at the same time. So I don't want y'all to think if you're scared and you've been wanting to start a business for a long time and you just don't know how to make it happen. You don't know how you're going to do it. I'm a testament that you can make it happen and that you can do it. And all you have to do is believe in yourself. And whatever it is that God has called you to do, I want you to answer the call. I want you to do what he says. I want you to contribute to other people in the world the way that he has placed it in your heart. And believe that you can make it happen. So these are tears of joy. I am so excited. I'm excited for the people who have come along for the ride. I'm excited for the people who have decided and that they're going to pour into you today, right? In celebration of what it is that they have created, being in this community, having the opportunity to follow their dreams, to go after their goals, to do the things that they believe that God has called them to do. And hopefully it encourages you, it inspires you. And if not just that, maybe some of these people can help you get your complete life, because some of y'all may need to just get your complete life. So maybe that's the opportunity. Maybe that's why you're here. So I just want to say thank you so much for those of you who have allowed me to pour into your life, whether it's just on the lives, whether it's been in the speaking engagement, coaching sessions, group coaching sessions, where I may have been a guest inside of a community. Just thank you so much over these past 5 years. I've learned so much. I've enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to many, many more. So look. Now that I got the introduction out the way and some of the tears out the way, I'm sure I'll probably cry some more today, but it's going to be all right. It's a celebration, and I'm okay about it, and I'm happy about it, and I'm proud about it. But we're going to get into the first guest today. So this young lady has, I know she's been a part of this community at least for the last 2 years. We've met during the pandemic. And, you know, she just stuck and stayed. Like, she totally gets that it takes effort and it takes time. And we've been working on so many amazing things in her life. And today she's here to talk about her business, right? And to help you build or give you the 5 keys to building a solid financial foundation. Because this whole thing for today is from the ground up. Put that in the chat, from the ground up. So people are going to help you get whatever it is from the ground up in your life, whether it's your money, whether it's a legacy for your family, whether it's learning how to love yourself. For me, is becoming the change. Like all the things you're gonna get, like almost all four areas of life today, and I want you to be excited about what it is that you're gonna receive. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring into the room Miss Kweyah Cook. Hi, how are you today? How are
Hi,
you?
Susan. How are you? Can you hear me
Hey,
okay?
I can hear you okay. You are loud and clear coming to the through the ones and twos. Y'all hear? I'm on the ones and twos. We on the ones and twos in here. Can y'all hear her? Put it in the chat if you can hear. Kweyah, thank you so much for being here. I definitely want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. But before I do that, first let me just say I'm proud of you. I'm so happy you're in this space. I'm happy that you're doing your thing. I'm happy that the community will be able to see you and listen to what it is that you have to offer and to teach them today. And I want to give you now this opportunity to just introduce yourself, tell people what it is that you do, and then I'm going to get out the way and let you do your thing.
Okay, sounds good. So, good morning, everyone. And before I introduce myself, she already told you my name is Kweyah Cook. But you started off and then you got all emotional and started crying and
I
stuff. And
did.
I was over here like getting choked up. And I'm the emotional one. I'm the
Oh,
one
okay.
who's supposed
I'm sorry. My fault. My fault. I didn't mean to steal all your shine from you today.
no. It's fine. But I did just want to give you a shout out, and this is not to make you cry again, but I think even though sometimes we bump heads because you're so hard on me and very particular and really pushing this being in integrity, right? And sometimes it annoys me, but I know that it's what's needed and it's the reason why you've gotten to where you are right now. Like I told you earlier when we were speaking, a lot of businesses, whether it's a restaurant business or entrepreneurs, they don't make it to 5 years
Come on,
at all,
y'all.
right? To be able to constantly continue to develop, continue to grow, continue to attract new clients, to continue to be innovative. So I think that's a testament to who you are, the work that you do. No, like it's a testament that you're walking into your purpose, right? You're doing what God called you to do. You're
Absolutely.
investing in yourself
Yes.
because every year Denise has a new program or something else that she's doing to better herself and to better her community. So if you're part of this community, congrats to you, because I know that if you're like me, you've been, picking up a lot and being fed from just being connected to Deneen Merriweather. So I just want to thank you for
Thank
all
you.
that you do. Thank you for walking in your purpose. Thank you for helping others to do the same thing. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to share what I'm passionate about today. So, looking forward to talking to everyone. So
And on that
yeah,
note, can I go away?
yes, you can go away.
You enjoy. I love you, girl.
All right. All right. Good afternoon. Well, let me just make sure you all can see my face. Okay, great. So, my name is Kweyah Cook. I am the founder of The Money Cook. And one thing that I am super passionate about is helping women become financially secure, become financially independent, and to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing for their families in terms of their finances, right? I feel like women are the backbones of their families, right? Like a lot of times we're looked to just make the decisions. A lot of the times we are the breadwinners. We're handling all of the bills, and oftentimes we're not taught how to do that. We're not taught how important it is to be able to budget, balance a checkbook, like people used to say back in the old days. So growing up, I saw a lot of things that I liked. I saw a lot of things that I didn't like. Like, for example, in my family, a lot of the women were, the breadwinners and they were making the decisions and stuff like that. And I always just thought, man, like if they had, thinking back on it now, if they had certain tools and certain resources, we would have just been popping. I mean, we're still popping. Like, we're here. My family is dope. We're great. But when I just think about like the tools and the resources that I have now, what if my mom or my grandma and my aunties and my godparents and stuff had those tools and resources back then? How far would the next generation be because of that? So with all of that said, I decided that I wanted to start the Money Cook in an effort to help women get to that point. Give them the tools, give them the resources, give them the confidence that they need to walk in their financial independence. So, as Denise mentioned, I'm going to be talking about the 5 keys to really set your finance foundation, right? So you need to build a solid financial foundation. And this is important if you just want to be, married with kids and live your typical American dream. It's important if you want to have a business. Money makes the world go round, and people don't like to think about it that way, but that's the reality, right? Money, credit, you need it to be successful, especially in this country, right? So we're going to go through the 5 keys. I'm going to go into a lot of detail. Deneen gave me a whole 30 minutes, which I'll usually it just be like, 10 or 15 minutes, but we have 30 minutes and we're really going to get into the detail. And please, 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 please stick around until the end, because I will be, telling you guys about a special that I'm running tonight so we can all, kind of get our finances together. So the first key to building a solid financial foundation is budgeting and saving. Now, if you have, been in Janine's community, if you followed me, I always start with this. This is super duper important. Just having a solid budget, and it doesn't have to be super crazy, super, complicated in Excel or anything like that. The purpose of a budget is to really understand what are your expenses, what is your income, and how much do you have, at the end of it. And also, what is your savings goal, right? So how are you going to do that? The first thing that you're going to do with budgeting and saving is you're going to take inventory of all of your expenses and all of your income. Now, all of your expenses, okay? So that means, going through, I always say go through 90 days of bank statements, credit card statements, whatever it is, whatever you use to pay your bills or just for your normal expenses, because using 90 days should be able to give you a really solid inventory of what you're spending your money on. And it also will give you insight into maybe what you're not spending monthly, but you're spending quarterly, right? So 90 days should give you the bulk of it. And what you want to do is to start like kind of, summarizing all of that. How much do you spend monthly on groceries? Groceries will change, every month. So take a 3-month average of what you spend on groceries. Your light bill, cable bill, whatever it is, all of those things you want to take inventory of and be realistic with your budget. If you are seeing that your 3-month trend is $1,200 a month in groceries, when you set your budget for the next month, don't make it $900. Now, you may want to challenge yourself and say, okay, I want to try to spend less, but can you really go from spending $1,200 to $900 in 1 month? That's not likely. And a lot of people oftentimes fail with budgeting is because they're not being realistic in setting the targets or setting realistic targets for themselves, right? So make sure that it's very realistic. And in doing that, track it every single month. Now, you want to find a system of tracking that works for you. My husband and I, we kind of go back and forth about this all the time because I'm a finance professional. I work in the finance world and we live in Excel. And when we do have systems and, things like that we use, but my comfort is in Excel because I can do all the things, pivot tables, make charts and all of that. So when I want to look at my budget in different views, Excel gives me that option to do so. And I'm comfortable with it because I work in it every day and I have been for the last 10 years, right? But that may not be the case for you. So you want to find a system that works for you. It may be an app. It may be a simple Excel. It may be writing it down. But you have to find out what works for you and what you're going to be likely to continue to track, right? So in the instance with me and my husband is an engineer, very technical, prefers systems and apps and things of that nature. So, we kind of have a combined thing going. Like we finally agreed, okay, we'll use the app because I can use the app too. But on the side, I still keep everything in Excel because that's what makes me comfortable. And when I want to look at different views of our budget and analyze our spending and things like that, I go to my Excel. But I definitely still use the app. The app that we use is called You Need a Budget. It is not a free app, but it works really, really well. So that's budgeting and saving. I cannot stress the importance of this enough. Now, on the saving side of it, you want to have an emergency fund and you want to set a savings goal. Okay. So your emergency fund should be 6 months of your expenses saved. Now, I know that you may have followed other people in the past and they may say, you only need $1,000 emergency savings. In this day and age, no, I don't agree with that. I don't think people should only have $1,000 in their emergency savings. I think you should have 6 months of your expenses saved, and that's for emergencies. That's, God forbid, if you lose an income, something happens where you're not bringing in as much money as you once was, you have 6 months to figure it out. So all of your expenses is saved. That, I'm talking childcare, rent, light bill, all of your expenses. So when you take inventory of your budget, every single category, you take that amount and you multiply it by 6. And that's what should be your emergency savings. Okay. So once you have that, then you set up maybe a normal savings goal, right? Like, what do I want to have saved by the time I'm 30 or by the time I'm 35? And then you work that into your budget, and you should have a line item in your budget for saving. So let me just recap that section real fast. The first key that we spoke about is budgeting and saving. What you want to do, take inventory of all of your expenses and all of your income that's coming in, right? You want to find a system that works for you in order for you to track your budget on a monthly basis. If monthly works for you, you can do weekly, you can do bi-weekly, but you want to make sure you're tracking. And then tweak the budget as needed to meet your financial goals throughout the year, as you're tracking. But make sure it's realistic and make sure that you are sticking to your target and that you are checking throughout the month if you are overspending on groceries or if you're about to be overspending in any particular category. Set your savings goal and make sure you are saving towards your emergency fund. So that's the budgeting and saving. Oh, one more thing I should talk about in the saving and the budgeting. And in my household, we use something called sinking funds. And what sinking funds are is just categories of savings that is basically budgeting for the unexpected, for the expected unexpected. So an example is, we have a car maintenance sinking fund. And what that is like you put $100 a month aside and you say, hey, this is for when something happens to a car that we know it's going to come up, but we don't quite know what that is yet. That may be a new tire, that may be new brakes, whatever it is. You already have that money set aside, so it's not a huge hit to your monthly income or to your monthly, budget when that happens. So you're basically saving for the unexpected because we all know that the unexpected is going to come. Okay? And so that's budgeting and saving. Perfect. Now, going on to the second key is insurance. You want to make sure that you are protecting yourself and your family. And I cannot stress this enough. So many of our people, and by our people, I mean, Black and brown people, we are not prepared for things like death. And a lot of the times we don't want to talk about it, but that's the reality, right? 2 things that we're going to do on this life, 2 things that's guaranteed is you're going to pay taxes and you're going to die. And yes, it's kind of morbid and we don't like to think about it and we probably don't like to plan for it, but we have to plan for it. So you want to make sure that you have life insurance. You can have life insurance on yourself. You have life insurance on your, if you're single, just, on yourself. The reason why you want to have life insurance on yourself is because if you have sisters or siblings or your parents, you don't want to put that financial burden on them to have to figure out what to do with you. Not to sound careless, but like, do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? And all of that comes with the cost. So make sure that you have a policy on yourself. If you are married and you have children and you have things like a house and cars, make sure that you have a life insurance policy for you, your spouse, and your children. This is so important. This can literally make or break a family's financial trajectory. I'm so passionate about this. I see so many GoFundMe's, for young people who have passed away, in unfortunate accidents, like a car accident or something like that, and their parents didn't have anything. And now they're dipping into emergency savings, right, to try to, pay for someone else, well, to pay to bury a family member. So get life insurance. There are so many options out there. Find out which type of policy works for you. They have term, there's whole life, so many options. So please definitely look into that. Also, make sure you have health insurance. I met so many people, younger people, straight out of college, who's like, oh, I'm healthy. You know what I mean? I don't need health insurance. You do. And let me tell you why you do. So most health insurance plans now, unless you work for like a state or a city, are high deductible plans. So what that means is usually you pay more money and you get something like an HSA or FSA. Well, let me explain to you. With HSA accounts, health savings account, you contribute a certain amount of money every year. And I know for an HSA, you never lose that money. So if you got out of college and you got a job at 22 years old, and let's say you have a high deductible plan accompanied by an HSA account, that HSA you can contribute. If you're an individual, I believe the maximum for the year is $3,500. And if you have a family, which is you and other folks on your insurance, it's about 7,000, maybe 7,200. You can look it up on the IRS website. But anyway, if you are young, single, 22 years old, and you have this high deductible plan, you can contribute up to $3,500 a year into that HSA. That money never goes away. It doesn't expire. It's not taken away from you. So imagine if you continue every year, $3,500, $3,500, $3,500. This is also pre-tax dollars that you can use for medical expenses. And then when you're in your 30s or late 20s and you decide that you want to expand your family and have a baby, or health, complications come up, you already have that money sitting in that HSA that's ready to be used. So it's all about being strategic and thinking about tomorrow, not necessarily today. Yes, we're all healthy today, but we know as you keep aging and as you keep living, things will happen. So definitely contribute to that HSA. Take advantage of the different things that your company is offering, even if you don't need it in the moment. So life insurance, health insurance, car insurance. Now, car insurance, people like to skimp on. I'm not skimping on car insurance. Let me explain to you why. Liability insurance is great, even if you don't have a car payment and your car is paid off, and everything else. You want to make sure that you still have full coverage. I think that this is important because God forbid you are in a state that does not, there are certain states where, and I hope that I'm saying this the right way, but basically liability is always on the owner of the car. So even if someone hits you, you still have to go through your insurance, not that person's insurance. So you want to make sure that you are fully covered in the event that you get into a car accident or you hit someone else in the state where, the fault is on the person who causes the accident. You want to make sure you're covered, because that is another reason why people might have to go into debt or take money from their emergency savings, to cover some type of accident or to cover some type of damage to your car. And if you need your car to get to work, to and from, you're not in a major city like New York where you can really rely on public transportation, make sure that you do not skimp on your car insurance. It's very important. Another thing that you want to make sure, especially this day and age with global warming and all of the stuff that's happening with these major disasters, is home insurance. Make sure your home is covered. Now, depending on where you live, a lot of home insurance policies are actually increasing. Like, you have to pay more money. For example, ours went up just almost $1,500 just in 1 year. And it's very frustrating, and it's adding more to your budget. but it's so important because unfortunately more weather catastrophes will probably continue to happen. So hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and things like that. You want to make sure you're covered in the event you and your family are misplaced. You have money, or you can put in an insurance claim to get those things fixed or to relocate your family when necessary. So again, let's go through the insurances. This is not about different companies trying to make money off of you or anything like that. It is about protecting yourself and protecting your family. That's what insurance is about. So please, after you hear this, go. If you do not have insurance, go and look at it. And if you have insurance, it is important to revisit it to make sure the terms of that insurance policy is still applicable to where you are today. Okay? So budget save, number one. Number two was insurance. Number three, manage and pay off your debt. This is so important. And I don't care what people say. There's no such thing as good debt. Debt is debt, okay? Now, you do have some debt, like, we have mortgages, but most times homes are an appreciating asset. So people don't, look at it as bad debt, but it's debt, right? And when you have debt, it's more of a restriction. That means the more debt you have, the more income that you're not having to invest in yourself, to invest in your family, to invest in the stock market or whatever it is. So make sure you pay off your debt. And I think the order in which you should pay off your debt is what you have the highest interest rate on first, which is usually credit cards, okay? So look at your credit cards. If you have debt on multiple credit cards, make sure that you're looking at the interest rate on those credit cards and try paying that down based on the interest rate, where you're paying more money each month. Now, for some people where that might be a little complicated, or for some people where they need to see more of a return faster to stay motivated, you can also the snowball effect. And that is taking your debt or your credit card with the lowest balance and paying that off. And then taking the money that you would use on that credit card usually and putting it on the next credit card. And that's how you snowball and, clear your debt. So debt, that's pretty much all it is for that section. You definitely want to make sure that you just pay it off. No such thing as good debt. Debt is debt. I'm not going to say it's bad. If I said that earlier, it's not bad, but it's debt. And if you can, pay it off. Now, if you have, a situation where you're paying zero interest, maybe take your time to pay that off while you pay off things that you're paying interest on. But the ultimate goal is to not have any debt, so you don't have that restriction and you have flexibility to do more things with your money. Also, one thing that I want to talk about too, since this is probably a community with a bunch of business owners, is leverage business credit. A lot of the times you can get business credit that does not impact your personal credit to be able to do the things that you want to do and invest in your business to get a higher return. So if that's you and you are in a place where your business is pretty mature and you think that you would be able to pay down business credit, I definitely recommend looking into it. We have some business credit, and it has been very helpful in giving us some flexibility to do some things in our business. But I do caution you that these are business credit cards and it works like ordinary credit cards. So make sure what you are investing in, you can pay off, or what you're investing in is going to give you a great enough return to be able to pay off that debt. Because we don't want to create debt in our personal and our business lives, because that's just a mess. And we don't want that story for ourselves, right? We're trying to break generational curses and create generational wealth for our families and for generations to come. So just be smart, just be mindful, and do the right thing. And you know what the right thing is for you. I'm not here to tell you what it is. You know who you are, how you manage things. So if you think that getting a business credit card is going to make you go off the rails and do things you shouldn't be doing, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, so the fourth key in building a solid financial foundation is to invest in your future. Now, this is so important. They have Roth IRAs. There are 401ks. There are 529 college plans or prepaid tuition plans for your children. These are ways that you invest into your future while also getting a tax benefit. So with 401ks, for example, if your company has a match, contribute. Contribute the minimum, at least the minimum, to get the company match. Not only is this saving for your future, but it's also decreasing your taxable income, so you're paying less in taxes. So it's definitely a gain. Now, you can max out if you want to, if you are in the position to do so, where you have enough income. I think the individual IRS minimum, I think it's $20,000, maybe it's 21,000, but again, go to the IRS website and check. But you can max out and contribute that amount each year to your 401k. You can't go wrong doing that. Don't watch it. Don't be like somebody like me that watches it 24/7, because it might trigger your anxiety. The market, it goes up and down, right? But this is a long-term game, right? You're not investing in your 401k for tomorrow. You're investing for 50, 60 years down the line. So set it and leave it and just go about your business, right? 529 college plans. If you have children, once they're born and they have a social security number, you can start investing in those 529 college plans for them. And we all know college, university is expensive, right? So do what you can in the beginning to start investing for your children's college. Now, we all want our kids to be super smart and have 4.0s and get academic scholarships. We all want for them to, sorry, mom life never ends, if you hear my toddlers in the background. But like, we need to have 529 college funds for them too. But as I was saying, we want all of our kids to have academic scholarships or maybe even athletic scholarships, but we can't see into the future, and we can't just think things to automatically make it so. So we pray for it and we hope that it happens, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we have different things that we're doing. So in the event that they only get a partial scholarship or something, we already have the money saved, so that way so it can take care of the rest. So it's all about thinking about the future, right? Not what my money can do for me today. What is it going to do for me tomorrow? So investing in your future, you can never go wrong, especially if you're still young. And by young, I mean 20s, 30s, 40s, where you still have some time to work and everything. Invest in yourself. Invest in real estate if you can. Do things that's going to make you money tomorrow, not today. And the fifth key is, what is your retirement plan? Have a retirement plan. Are you just going to live off your 401k and Social Security? We have a lot of companies now, they are not offering traditional pensions anymore, right? Those were great, but those are a thing of the past. So you want to make sure that you are investing enough in your 401k to live a life that you want to live 40, 50 years from now. And I personally wouldn't be dependent on Social Security, because we don't know what that's going to look like when it's time for us to retire or when we're at that age. So definitely think about what's your 401k or what's your retirement strategy. Do you want to get investment properties now that will ultimately end up being a stream of revenue or income for you and your children 30 and 40 years down the line? So that is super important. So let's recap. I know I went through a lot and I probably spoke really fast, but the 5 keys, okay? Number 1, budget and save. Number 2, insurance. It's about protecting yourself and protecting your family. Number 3, manage and pay off your debt. Super important. I don't think you should carry debt. If you are in a position where you can pay it off, do so. Number 4, invest in your future. And number 5, figure out what your retirement plan is. What is your retirement strategy? And start working on the things now that's going to help you for 40 years from now. And so what I want to offer today is, All of the things that we talked about, sometimes you're going to need help, right? Because we're all not finance people. We're all not privy to all of the things that we need to do, the different systems, the different types of plans that are out there. So what I want to do is, what I'm offering today is 3 1-hour sessions. And it's going to be for, usually it is $450. And in those 3 sessions, I'm going to get you, set up with a budget. We're going to find out insurance options that work for you, set you up with some insurance, get you on a debt payment plan, talk about strategies that works for you to invest right now. And that's going to also be dependent on what your debt situation looks like. And also, we're going to be working on a retirement plan. So usually we can get that done within 3 sessions. And usually those sessions go for $450. But if you sign up today, and if you are interested and you want to purchase the package today, I will be offering those 3 sessions for $350. So you can just email me at themoneycook@gmail.com today by 11:59 p.m. and I will reach out to you and we will get the ball rolling on this. Thank you so much for listening and being here today. Like I said, I am so passionate about this. I think that in doing these 5 things, we set ourselves and the next generations up for success. And having this type of discipline with your finances allow you to be disciplined in so many other areas of your life. One thing before Deneen comes back on that I did not mention that is so important to me is tithing. For me, that is what I do religiously, faithfully. I do it all the time because I feel like that is putting my faith in God, that everything else is going to work out. So in my budget, tithing is a line item and it is an absolute non-negotiable for me. And that is just how our family operates. And when I tell you, since I have started to do that faithfully over the years, everything has started to fall into place. My discipline has gotten so much better. My focus and my attention, opportunities that have come up. Now, is not to say that, oh, God, allowed someone to come in and clear my debt completely. No, I'm just talking about, the obedience of it and allowing me to see more clearly, allowing me to see more opportunities in terms of finances and allowing me to act appropriately on opportunities that were brought my way, good or bad. So I did not say that during, but I had to add that in because God is number one, always and forever. And I think that that is so important. And if you are a believer, I just wanted to, put that out there for you guys. So Deneen, thank you again for giving me this opportunity to speak to your community, to just, put myself out there, and thank you for all that you've done over the last 2 years to help me, with my confidence and help me in building my business. I love you.
I
And
love
thank
you
you.
too. And congratulations. And thank you so much for this information. Girl, you came through. Now, it was a lot. I hope y'all took notes. If not, I hope y'all gonna go back and take a look. Look at it. Definitely take advantage of working with Kweyah. Now, I think that's a great deal. 3 sessions for $350, and you walk away with all the points that she talked about today. That's 5 things. It's a whole lot of getting your life together. But I told you that we were doing amazing things today for the 5th year anniversary. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. Thank you so much for trusting me with your dreams, your goals, the things that you're working on. I'm so excited to continue to work with you. I look forward to all the things that we're going to do. I want you on my team. I know we keep talking about this, but I need you inside of the company. But right now, I am still happy for the connection that we have, the friendship that we've built over the last couple of years, and also the work that you've done. So congratulations on the work in your business, the success in your business. Look, you guys, she is the money cook. Now, if you want to get your money situated, I'm going to need you to go ahead and take advantage of that opportunity that she's giving you. 3 sessions, $350, but you have to reach out to her today, like at 12 midnight, 11:59:59. she turns back into a pumpkin. And y'all know how that goes, right? Like, it ain't no running to get no glass slippers. We virtual, so you can't even find the slipper, okay? Just know that it's your opportunity to take advantage of today. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for offering that to my community. You won't regret it. Get into that email box, themoneycook@gmail.com. All right, so you guys, one speaker down. I'm coming up next. We're going to talk about from the ground up. I'm going to give you 7 ways for you to build your business, or 7 bricks to build your business from the ground up. And I'm going to give you these 7 bricks, and I want you to carry them around on your back like you old school Harriet Tubman walking through. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to have this with you. I want you to do the work. Remember, it takes effort and it takes time, but you can have it if you want it. The only person that's stopping you from your goals and your dreams is you. And if you want to have that conversation, if you're ready for that type of conversation, then I'm definitely your girl. Come talk to me. Always looking forward to serving you. Thank you again. Kweyah Cook, the Money Cook, inside the house. Make sure you share this video, share this information, and if you need to be in conversation with her, go to the Money Cook at Gmail, send her a message, get in conversation with her, have a conversation so you can get your financial situation together. Always looking forward to serving you. Thank you again, Kweyah. We'll be back 12 o'clock sharp. I'm up in here from the ground up. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.